The BYD Seagull named on Time's list of best inventions of 2025. BYD's 14 millionth new energy vehicle rolls off the line in Brazil. Brazilian driver Leo Sanchez becomes one of the first private owners of a Yangwang U9 Xtreme. And the BYD Shark could soon be sold domestically in China. On this episode of Beyond EV BYD Bulletin. Hi everyone, David here from Beyond EV, powered by Powershop. That's right, Beyond EV is now powered by Powershop, who are now offering 2 EV energy plans designed specifically for electric vehicle owners. But for now, the BYD Atto 1 is soon to be released here in Australia, and it's just been named on Time Magazine's list of 300 best inventions of 2025. So what does that actually mean, and how did it get selected? Well, let's dive into it. Time Magazine have just released their Best Inventions list of 2025, and a surprising inclusion was found on that list. The BYD Seagull is amongst the 300 best inventions of 2025, according to editors and correspondents of Time Magazine. The Time Magazine Best Inventions list was first published in a December 2000 issue and only featured 35 inventions. But now, 25 years later, the 2025 Best Inventions list features 300 innovations, covering various fields from robotics to aerospace and transportation. To compile and curate their Best Inventions list, Time Magazine solicits nominations from its editors and correspondents from around the world. And this is done through an online application process. And they evaluate each contender based on a number of factors, which include originality, efficiency, ambition, and impact. And when it comes to the field of transportation, the BYD Seagull made a significant impact, as it was only just one of 2 cars to make the list, the other being the BMW iX3 EV. The article about the BYD Seagull in Time Magazine's Best Inventions list does not go into a lot of detail, but puts a bit of emphasis on its low affordable cost at launch, around $10,000 US. It then goes to ask the question, does the world want a tiny electric car? And their response, it seems so, because in June, the 1 millionth BYD Seagull rolled off the production line. This BYD Seagull, listed by Time Magazine as one of the best inventions of 2025, you're going to be able to buy soon. It's coming to Australia and will be known as the BYD Atto 1. The official launch of the BYD Atto 1 in Australia is fast approaching, so make sure you subscribe to Beyond EV to stay up to date as soon as more information comes to light. BYD's 14 millionth new energy vehicle has come off the production line, and it's come about just 11 months after its 10 millionth vehicle. CNEV Post reports that BYD's 14 millionth new energy vehicle rolled off the production line at its Brazilian factory on the 9th of October, and Brazilian President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva was there to see it come off the line and become the actual owner of it. That's right, the 14 millionth BYD new energy vehicle is now owned by the Brazilian president. BYD's production plant in Brazil is a relatively new one for them. It only came online earlier this year on July the 1st, and it's planned that this facility will produce around 150,000 new energy vehicles per year. But as for the 14 millionth BYD new energy vehicle that came off the line and was gifted to the Brazilian president, it just happens to be a BYD Song Pro, another vehicle that is due to come to Australia very, very soon. And when it comes here, it's going to be known as the BYD Sea-Lion 5. The Australian launch of the BYD Sea-Lion 5 is set to occur in early 2026, and we are slowly getting more and more information on it. So make sure you're subscribed to Beyond EV so you stay up to date with all the info as it comes to light. Leo Sanchez, a Brazilian racing driver and prominent businessman in Brazil, has been announced as one of the first private owners of the Yangwang U9 Xtreme hypercar. The announcement was made over Weibo by BYD executive Li Yongfei. The Yangwang U9 Xtreme, which just recently broke the world record to become the world's fastest production car, is going to be limited to just 30 units worldwide, with only one allocated for Brazil. BYD reportedly received around 20 purchase requests from prominent figures in Brazil, but BYD decided on Leo Sanchez to be the sole Brazilian owner of the Yangwang U9 Xtreme due to his background in motorsport. With only a limited run of 30 units worldwide and one already allocated to Brazil, I've always wondered if one of these units would actually get allocated to Australia, and if so, who would be game enough to buy it? Let me know down in the comments, who do you think in Australia would put their hand up to buy a Yangwang U9 Xtreme, and also why it should be me that should be allocated one. And lastly, it appears that the BYD Shark is in its early planning stages to get released domestically in China. It was highlighted that BYD executive Li Yongfei, again on Weibo, commented on a photo that he posted of a BYD Shark and wrote that it is currently in the planning stages of a domestic launch. He also commented that this Shark is selling extremely well outside of China and has admitted that its cost domestically will be lower than what it's currently sold for overseas. Ute or pickup sales in China generally have not been that strong, and a lot of this can be attributed to some local restrictions placed on pickup trucks and utes in certain districts. But it appears that some of these restrictions are starting to ease, as ute sales in China have grown by over 500% in 2025 over 2024 sales. This opens the door for BYD to make a business case to start selling the BYD Shark domestically. As in China, this is still quite a niche market with only two other genuine competitors in that segment in China, the Radara RD6 and the GWM Canon Alpha plug-in hybrid. But what will this mean for Australian Shark owners or even owners from Latin America and other overseas markets? Well, personally, I think this is going to see an absolute explosion of low-cost accessories and modifications that will become available directly out of China. It also means with higher production volumes also comes a higher supply of spare parts, which could shorten lead times on specific parts that might be experiencing longer lead times right now. All in all, I can only see benefits coming from a domestic Chinese release of the BYD Shark, and it will be interesting to see how it performs over there when it finally hits the market.
So that's all for today on Beyond EV BYD Bulletin. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're new here, please consider subscribing to Beyond EV to stay up to date with everything BYD. I've got plenty more videos headed your way. That's it for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.